Those.
The teachers changed the rules.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. The first thing is discussion and possible action on Early College Academy. And I'd like to say, I came to the board yesterday morning, early. And I was assured that they was working on this and this thing had been taken care of.
All right, Kathleen. I talked to Robin today. Her daughter's, yeah. I can't.
Commission names.
Well, no, I'm not gonna mention.
We're not.
Well, okay, I can't. Okay, I talked to the parent
You all know who you're talking
today of a child who was in it, and apparently she can't find out anything either. She can't find out a schedule. There's some question. Our school starts August, what, the 6th?
2 days. Thursday.
The academy don't start till the 17th, is that?
First day of classes of college, August 7th.
Okay, so what are these kids going to be doing during the morning hours from this time until they start? I mean, are they going to sit up there at the high school for, you know, so that's one of the bugs that hasn't been worked out from what I can understand.
Yeah, that's.
I talked to Mp Boe, I guess that's the way to say it. I called him and asked him about the things on their end, and there's a certain of the kids that we have, there's a certain amount that's been accepted. There might be some others that maybe haven't done their paperwork or something. Is that correct?
It's to my understanding that the students go through the admissions process. They have to take a compass test, which is equivalent to an entrance exam. You know, I'm not on the academic side of the house, but in the negotiations, there are certain benchmarks I know students have to reach in order to take certain classes, which is, you know, a typical college freshman would have to do the same thing to test into English 101, college algebra, and so forth. If those benchmarks are met, then they complete the steps through the application process, and then a schedule is assigned. It was to my understanding that 6 students have completed that. The other 4 students, for whatever reason, have not completed that. And it was to my understanding in a phone conversation here that there had been communication between the person representing the school district and our representative. As the board is aware, the MOU was signed with the previous superintendent and our interim president for initially 6 students, and that was increased to 10. So as far as any other questions, I know a few of you all had asked individually of me. Since the school district doesn't have representation on the campus, the other schools typically keep their students at their respective schools until classes begin. And then it's to my understanding that your students will be there from around 9:15, I think, to noon every day. So that will begin on the 17th. And it's to my understanding that the 6 students do have schedules. So
there's just 6 right now? I've received several phone calls, but I was also told everything was okay. But I mean, I kept getting them and kept getting them, and I knew it wasn't. So they start at 9:15 to noon?
That's my understanding. I mean, I would suggest that you talk to whoever's coordinating that on your end. I just know the Johnson County and the Johnson Central and Paintsville students, their schedule is from 9:15 to noon, and then they return to their campus for the rest of the day. And I'm not sure exactly their protocol as far as what the students do later on in the day. I think that's their issue as far as what those students do the rest of the day.
Which is, you know, their goal is to get an associate's degree. They offer, you know, English 101, 102, college algebra. I'd even heard, you know, maybe even possibly a history class. With you know, and with the busing, you know, of course, that bus, from what I understood, you know, one of our bus drivers would transport them over, and I was told.
Is that in place right now?
What time? What time will they leave? That's one of my questions.
That's
one of the questions from the parents. What time will they leave?
That, I know he just said, you know, the class would start at 9, but one of the questions I asked was who'd be supervising, and I was told there'd be a teacher, from Floyd County who would be paid a full teacher salary, to supervise the students. But,
So what time will the bus leave?
well, if it starts, if they're supposed to be back at 1 and they're gone for 4 hours, 3 hours?
Well, he said 9:15 to
It's
12.
my understanding the students will be at our Mayo campus with the Johnson Central and Paintsville High School students, which was previously called the Johnson County Early College Academy. I was at that meeting when I appeared with our interim president at the time. If you have questions about supervision, those types of things, I can step out of the room and make a phone call. I can't really answer that. I would think that whoever is over this on your all's end.
Who is over?
Well, that's exactly the question I was going to
Who is
ask.
over?
Who is coordinating our end?
We can't take questions from
Well,
the
we can go into
audience.
closed session and find out.
Not on special session, you can't. Not-
Well, I
Can't go
know
into
that.
closed session? Sorry.
I'm sorry, I was just, that's policy. I almost interrupted you by asking that question. Who was coordinating it on our end?
Well, it just seems like that all the stuff that's unclear is not on the college end, it's on their end.
Exactly.
And I thought everything was taken care of in this sense. I knew that I heard, if there'd been any problem, I'd hear from
I went
Josh.
to that meeting, I went to the meeting down there at school. They were given literature on this. She had literature for them, telling them what was going on and everything. And she did, she went through the whole thing.
Well, I had a parent though tell me that they tried to call and get their schedule and they
They
can't get their schedule.
couldn't. I've
Yeah,
had
they can't get
several
their
parents
schedule.
call me.
And they tell them to go to the school,
The school will tell them to go to Big Sandy,
and
and
the
it would just
school
keep.
tell them to go to Big Sandy. So there's nothing as far as, it would seem to me that the logical thing to do would be to go through since this is a early college academy and, everything, it seemed like to me that it would work through the guidance counselor's office, the person who assists you in career choices and stuff like that it would go through that office, especially since they have the grades.
And know what credits.
And they know the credits, and they know, whether or not the kids have
What credits they need.
passed their ACT and all that. They would know if they meet the benchmarks and stuff, so I just assume all that was done. I had
So 10 was accepted, but only 6 have passed.
Yes.
well, we don't, okay, but the other 4, have they not
guys, this camera did pick you guys up.
They have to have their ACT.
This camera is picking you guys up.
Okay, have they met the benchmark on the ACT?
Was that, was having an ACT score one of the requirements?
Or the companies.
Okay, Mickey's got a question.
ACT or the
How were
companies.
they accepted with no ACT score or compass? That's correct.
That's, what I was told was their schedules were already made in place, and the 4 that,
But I mean, how were they accepted into the program if they had no ACT or compass score?
if they
That's a
had.
requirement to enroll.
Requirement for us as far as their admission process to
So
test
how-
into certain
So
classes.
how were they
And some
accepted into
some of
this
them-
program if they hadn't done that?
Well, some of them may have not, in different areas and different, they may have not they may have not met benchmark in different areas of the ACT test.
And Mickey,
So what's that mean now?
Well, they
We've
just,
lost 4 spots or
no,
no?
they just have to have their scores submitted to the college.
But you didn't have to have that when you applied back in April or May. Oh, wait.
yeah, you have to. Yeah, you've got to, because I was told today that is on the application,
They have to,
that you
yeah.
have to meet, and
But they
it's
didn't.
clearly stated. Okay, Mickey, you want to question?
But they didn't, right?
Mr. McCoy, you've got the floor.
Yes, I would like to ask Superintendent, who is our coordinator? Because it looks to me like, Houston, we have a problem and it is us.
No, we don't. That's what
We
I-
don't have a problem?
No, that's what I've been told for 2 or 3 days.
I'm asking, Who is our
I
coordinator?
mean, I can't, or can't mention personnel.
I might be able to help a little bit, Nikki, if you don't care. We've got a coordinator.
Mhm.
There is a coordinator. Spoke with her today. She is asking for her stipend that the former superintendent told her that she would be able to get. Okay, and she has told me that if she doesn't get her stipend, she will not be doing this program. Now, I can answer the bus. The bus is going to leave. This is the thing that the bus will be leaving approximately 8:30. Okay, 8:30 in the morning. They'll be fed before they go.
What about lunch?
Lunch will be served to them when they come back. The kitchen area will be closed, but those students will have a tray ready for them when they get back
That's what I was
to
gonna
the
ask.
school.
Will it be, hot? Will it be?
It is, yes. The kitchen said that they would have that ready. Speaking on an adult or a certified person, like Mr. Ball said, there will be someone there at the Big Sandy to accept these students when they get off the bus.
Okay.
Okay, what will the kids do on Friday? They go Monday through Thursday. What will they do on Friday?
And in the morning, do you have anything planned for, until school, until they do start? Going back to school. Will they be in class?
When they get back? They'll eat lunch, obviously, from 1 to whatever time.
Are we allowed to make a statement, just not ask a question, we just can't say anything? Okay.
What will they do?
I want to look into community
Does anyone
service.
know?
On grant, they should have,
Somebody has a grant.
already built in
They
their,
can't do
I don't think they have a school,
Schedule.
I don't think they have a school
They should
schedule.
have
Job.
I don't think they have a
something in
school
place.
schedule either.
You have what?
The 6 schedules are ready, and they can be faxed to you all tomorrow, they can be mailed, the schedules are ready for the 6 that are already in. I just spoke to someone on the phone. As far as on campus, they just report to class, there's not a
Right.
facilitator, those types of things. And there's not for the other schools that are involved as well. They're in a cohort, they attend a class, the class ends, they go to the next class, they go to the next class, and then they go home.
I think I may have a question. The rest, it's not on your end. The only thing that one parent was concerned about was how will we get the grades for the kids at Sheldon Clark? Not us, but how will they get their Big Sandy grades, I guess,
Yeah, transcript, just.
at Sheldon Clark?
Just like everybody else.
Again, I'm not on the academic side of the house, but that stuff is relayed
Okay,
back to the high schools, I'm sure.
and it's from 9:15 to 12 noon?
That approximately, yes, that's what I was told.
Well,
I think that's 3 classes a day, I think.
So no one knows what they're gonna do on Friday?
but like I said, unless it would have been put in their schedule.
I don't think they have a
so
schedule.
that's just gonna be a Monday through Thursday thing, right?
That's our schedule at the college, is we have Monday, Wednesday classes, Tuesday, Thursday classes.
Was I not right, that they gave them this information, they told them when they'd have breakfast here, they'd get on the bus, they'd go, they'd come back, they'd have lunch. This was told to them, everything was told to the parents, they were giving out literature and everything. Because I was at that meeting,
Oh, that was before though, right?
when they were getting ready to register, they had all the information.
That was back in the spring, right?
Yes.
Well, see, now the
Okay.
problem one problem that I see is the kids that are enrolled in this start school on Thursday. They don't start, they start high school on Thursday. Then they're not gonna start their college class until, 17?
Right.
17.
Right.
So what are they gonna do during those morning hours? Are they just gonna,
And
wander
when
around
they
the
get
school?
back,
They
on
have to.
Fridays.
Yeah, they have to be
No,
to
I
the
didn't.
same.
They'll have to have they have to be in a class, they have to be somewhere when they're back in the building, they have to be in a class that should be already assigned.
Yeah, how can they be?
Bingo,
Well, they'll need to know this tomorrow.
bingo.
Okay, how can
It
they be
should be already
assigned?
signed.
Should be.
Should be. Okay, how could they, I mean, they haven't been assigned classes now. Well, you know, if they're going to be assigned a class, it's going to be like, what, 2 weeks? Then they start over there.
Exactly 2 weeks.
So can we ask parents here?
No, special
We
meeting.
can't.
Not from a special meeting.
Special meeting.
So we don't know what they're gonna do on Friday, we don't know what they're gonna do until the 17th, and we don't know what they're going to do before they leave and after they leave, right?
Community service.
But before they leave, you feed them breakfast. When they come back from lunch, we'll feed them when they come back.
It is the board's job.
Have them there to have a schedule? Has it
Raise your
not
hand.
seen to that they have a schedule?
They'll have to have one. I mean, they'll have to
I
have
mean, we
them.
had dates last week to get the schedule made.
Mr. McCoy has his hand up
I'm
again.
sorry, Mr. McCoy.
Yes, I think it is the board's job to pass policies. It is not our job to micromanage programs that have been passed. It seems to me that a coordinator that we have or had or whatever, and the principal and the school advisors that work with schedules should have answers to all of these questions that we are asking. And I don't understand why they haven't. But yet, it is the job of the principal of the school to implement policies and programs that the board desires or chooses to have for students, I would think.
And see, the reason I thought there was no problem is because we okayed everything. I mean, we went into the MOU or MOA with the college. We were assured a certain number of slots. I thought that we had students that had applied for something and got in those slots and did everything, all the mechanisms. On our part, everything was done that we were supposed to do. And I just assumed that, you know, because the school came to us asking for permission to do it, we give permission and we expect it to be carried out. So that's why I thought there'd be.
And I know you can't say who told you everything was good, but you now know everything was not good.
No, everything's not good. Well, see,
Now,
yeah,
So it sounds to me like the right hand don't know what the left is. Do we have a liaison between, I mean, it looks to me like it comes
that
in
would be
on
the
both
coordinator,
ends.
wouldn't it?
Liaison between the college and the high school.
Well, we do, we have a associate dean that has worked with this process since day one. I mean, on our end.
So you can't put all the blame on us.
no,
Yes.
No, it would fall on us,
It fall on us, it has to. Well, you
on our
know,
end.
So our coordinator is not working with the college
I'm
on
not here to,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not
I'm
here
sorry,
to
you can't
answer
say
that
that.
question.
I'm sorry.
I was
But that's-
called yesterday, and I'm telling you that 6 of your 10 have completed the process to enroll. Those schedules are ready. That was the question that was presented to me, is why they didn't have their schedules. The schedules are ready. As for the other 4, they haven't completed the necessary steps yet to receive their schedule. Now, what does that mean? I don't know, but they know what the steps are.
Which we're working together. Is it our fault that we are not? Aren't we?
You have 6.
pushing it?
I mean, you have 6 in the
I'm just talking
program.
about getting like schedules, which you said are gonna be there tomorrow, and, of course, we appropriated the money, we all know that, for transportation, we appropriated money for textbooks, everything was in place, so, like I say, as far as, you know, that's our end as far as what you're gonna do until August the 17th, you know, so.
well, that's not really all, that's not really
And on
all.
Friday.
Yeah, on the Fridays, that's not really everything. That's parents can't even get their schedules.
but now the schedules, what about the
So-
3 or 4 that didn't, what now? And I tell you, I'm still stuck on how they were accepted into this program if they
But-
hadn't passed, because before you can go to college, you have to have,
Obviously, those 4 were
And I'm
not
still-
accepted.
It is my understanding that they have to complete an admissions application, which requires them to take a compass test.
and to be
And it
accepted,
was
you
my
have to
understanding
have
they
one
had
or
to,
the
they had
other,
to hit
right?
certain benchmarks on the compass test to be accepted.
So,
That's all I know.
okay, so it could lay on the parents that they not took their child to have the compass.
Well, no, 4 of them was accepted without
6.
having it done.
No, they were not accepted. 4 were not accepted. I mean, that's the whole thing. See, I thought,
The
Oh, 4 were
criteria
not
of
accepted?
acceptance to the early college academy means that they have to take the compass test to hit certain benchmarks.
So
You
we
know, what
lost
you're
4
asking me is, or what you're talking about is the students you selected. And
Well, we got-
I'm not here to talk about that, I just want to let you know
So we
that
lost,
6 have their schedules and those are ready, and that we have folks that are willing to work with you all as we have with not only this early college academy, but we have 4 others now, and the schedules for the 6 are ready. As for the other 4, they haven't completed the necessary processes.
so we've lost those
Um,
spots.
no, we haven't lost. Well, no, here's the thing about it.
We haven't lost
I
them.
remember talking to Josh, and that we were approved 10 slots. Initially, what, it was maybe 5,
6.
6, okay, then we got 10, all right? The slots were approved, but just because they're approved don't mean that, well, just 10 kids go. You've got to meet the criteria. You have to meet the benchmark, as you said, right? If 6 of them have been,
Well, no, there was 5 original.
huh?
There were 5 original ones.
Okay, but we had 10 slots.
Yeah, we got
But
5.
that doesn't mean
We got
that
5
all,
more.
yeah, that they were just all,
We got 50.
that we just send 10 kids over there. You send 10 kids over there if they meet benchmarks, right?
Who accepted the 10 kids? Was that you all or on?
They
our
were
end?
never, they weren't accepted. Just 6. Is that
But
correct?
there was a deadline.
I know we started out with 5, and then we added 5.
There was a deadline, so what
With all due
about,
respect,
I
ma'am,
was-
I think that deadline is within your program. We are registering students up until Friday of next week, so.
So they still have a chance to get in if they showed they have passed the compass.
Yes.
Okay.
So have they been
So
getting
thank you.
information on how to go about getting their textbooks? I mean, this and that.
Right, I mean, you're asking me, Mr. Harless, to tell you what one of your employees should be relaying the information to. I mean, if those students want, they can email me when they become Big Sandy students. They will get emails every day from me, and I'll be more than happy to help them. The bookstore is open. They can go to
So
the
that's
Barnes and
something
Noble bookstore.
we need
on
to
Christopher
make
campus.
sure our kids have been informed on, like you say, how to go about getting their textbooks and.
Can they get the information again that you all brought that day?
so there was no deadline, right?
Yes, I can ask that. I'm sure that would not be a problem.
Because I thought y'all brought some good
Problem
information,
is-
and the ladies that was
The
there
problem
answered a
is-
lot of questions.
Problem's no
Yeah, the problem's not on the college end
No.
at all. Because y'all do that all, I mean, you enroll kids all the time. What I can understand is that what I can't understand is we're sitting here at the board, and there should be one person who can answer all these questions who is an employee of the school district,
Where are they?
Right.
I don't think.
and they're not here to answer anything. So I don't know what, I don't think I can say the board, I think we've done everything we're supposed to do.
Was the coordinator notified
Of
of this meeting?
this
And
meeting.
there was questions?
I mean, I had a conversation, I had a conversation, with that person. But I know it's kind of, it's been kind of difficult because I know it's been a transition for me, and it seems like we're just trying to jump right into it and get in, trying to understand and learn as much about it as we can. And I understand there can be some lapses in the transition when I'm, you know, me or anybody's trying to
Yeah,
learn something new. I can see how that could happen.
but I mean, well, there should be the lapse, so there should be a lapse in this because this should already be something in place. I mean, you should be
Right.
brought up to speed.
How long has Johnson Central and them had their schedule? They've had them for a long time, haven't they? In Prestonsburg? I was told for a while they've had them. And who's gonna keep up with, how will these kids, how can we be sure that the kids are getting the right credits to graduate high school? Would that be under the coordinator?
Yeah, they're really good. The guidance counselors at the school are really good about, and I would have the kids, they would come ask me, you know, about how close they were, how far away they were. And I would always tell them to, you know, stay in touch with their guidance counselor, because they could always give them the.
But this is different. This isn't just, these are the early college academy kids.
Right, right. And it'll go hand in hand, because like we talked about, you know, what they're gonna do before their class, what they're gonna do after, what they're gonna do on Fridays, it'll tie into what they're doing up there, but also while they're at the college.
I don't think they have a regular school schedule.
Right.
And who's gonna keep up with that, the grades and the credits?
It'll be,
It has to be
it'll
the
still
coordinator, right?
It won't be us.
Well, you
No,
never
it's not
know.
us.
still be handled at the,
It shouldn't be
Still
us.
It won't be me.
No.
It shouldn't be us.
Here's the thing, can we set up something where the principal and the person who is over this program and the guidance counselor?
We shouldn't have to set that up.
No, you shouldn't have to
Again,
set
that's
it up.
micromanaging. I don't believe
I
that.
know, it would be nice to ensure that they're all working together on the same page to make sure all this stuff is done.
If not on the same page, at least in the same book.
Yeah.
Is this something you could check on and find out what's going on?
and that's what we've been in those discussions today. I have, yeah.
Is she,
Yeah.
is she put in a resignation?
I mean, this person wrote the grant, okay? They should know what they need to do.
I didn't tell you. I'm telling you.
Well, he knows that.
Or we can discuss, but there's really nothing we can do.
No. Just listen, we can make sure it's done.
Wait.
I think that,
I don't think we can make sure it's done.
what are we doing now?
That's what we're trying to do. I mean, I'm like Mr. McCoy, I thought it was already done. I thought it was done last year when Josh and the interim, the president come over here, we signed the MOU and everything.
Yeah, I thought the board's end was already done.
Yeah.
But, you know, after I'd heard, cases from, different people, you know, and again, the board, we were graced by the academy to open up slots. And then they went back and got more slots, and that's wonderful. And we okayed it and said yes to the program. Now after that, it's out of our hands. There should have been, I mean, you know, I thought there was a coordinator, a principal, and guidance people. I thought, but.
And they were all on board making
Well,
sure.
the guidance people aren't involved in it.
Yep, they should be.
It was the coordinator.
Yep, they should, but they should be, and I'm not saying.
Well, I mean, my deal on that, if the academy is going to email schedules, I think those schedules, it would be more fit for those schedules to go to the school's guidance office.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, where they keep all the transcripts and.
Do you think, is that the way it goes, Mr. Ball?
Josh.
Excuse me.
Is that the way it goes, or do you know?
Can you re-ask the question? I was trying to ask.
The transcripts and stuff like that.
Playing solitaire again, huh?
No,
Okay.
no.
Now listen. Wouldn't it be fitting for is it fitting in any other schools that are in this academy that the schedules are emailed to the prospective schools, their guidance office, where
I was
students can
told
pick
that
them?
the schedules would be sent to the school.
Okay,
That's what I
thank
was
you.
But you said they would be sent to school, that don't mean they
Matter,
have.
well, I mean, I can, they can be here as early as tomorrow, as far as the,
Okay.
as far as the 6th,
Okay.
or, yes, the 6th.
Yeah, we,
Already completed.
and I would like, you know, here's the thing, I would like to find out, since we got 10 slots, all right, I want to make sure that all those 10 slots are filled. I mean, I want to make sure that everybody has a chance, that nobody was excluded. Let's say that you
Equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity, yeah. Let's say that you got 4 kids, who weren't included in this because they didn't meet benchmarks, all right?
But shouldn't that?
Well, how about the 4 kids who would have liked to apply, but maybe told that they were too late because there was some kids that
But there was a deadline.
there was a deadline and they couldn't apply. And here we got 4 more slots that we could put kids in.
I know. I know. I know. It's not on your part at all.
You said you went down to school to talk about it today. Did you all get anything settled? I mean,
Mainly what we've already discussed. I mean, just, you know, I was told that the schedules had already been made. The 4 that needed to have their ACT scores forwarded to Mayo, you know, that as soon as they got those sent over there, then everything would just fall. But they would have, their schedule was already set up for them. They just had to have their scores
Did the 4,
submitted.
okay, did the 4 though meet the benchmarks?
How
I
long
mean,
have
do we
they
know
been sitting
that?
up there at the high school? Do you have any idea? You wouldn't know, would you?
Yeah, I mean, that's,
I mean, did the 4 meet the benchmark, or do you know?
I wouldn't, I mean, like I said, I was told that, you know, certain, you know, some of them, there may have been some things, you know, some benchmarks they might have hit, others they may have not, but mainly what I was told was their scores had to be submitted to Mayo.
Well, from what I understand though, if you don't meet all the benchmarks, there's certain things, I would say in math and English, at a minimum,
You can't.
that you, I mean, they're not gonna let you take boneheaded English, or what we call boneheaded English, and boneheaded math, that you would have to meet those 2 benchmarks or you wouldn't be allowed
Folks,
to
I
stay.
apologize, I just come over to tell you that, to answer the basic questions that you all
I'm not,
had
no.
called yesterday. There's 6 that have been accepted, 4 that are
I can't,
pending, I guess.
Yeah, I want you to know, Josh.
And, well, hold on, something else too, is that, there was an agreement, because I was here that night, there was an MOU signed, so I'm sure somewhere all of that is laid out. I'm not on the academic side of the house, so I don't know what those benchmarks are, but I do know the process that our students have to go through to apply to be students at the college. I routinely have to answer those questions. So what I'm saying is 4 students have not completed that process. Now, does that mean, you know, that the scores haven't been forwarded or what? I don't know, but the 6 schedules, I can make sure that you get those.
I can't imagine why the other 4 would be excluded. I'm not saying on your all part, I'm saying why we wouldn't bother to send those other 4.
We appreciate you. We know that you gave us the extra 5. We appreciate that so much. It's not
You
on
want
your,
to back for
not on
sure,
your end.
Josh, I appreciate it.
No, it's not that. I just want you to know that I'm trying my best to answer your questions, but there's certain things, and I'm sure that, and I can speak on behalf of the people that are running the program from our end, that they would be happy to discuss this with you or Mr. Goebel. I know there's been some correspondence between a representative from the school and our folks.
One of this,
Mr. Goebel, I think that the best thing that we can do as a body, a governing body, is for you to represent these questions to the school, both the counseling offices and the principal, and any questions that need to be forwarded to the academy can be forwarded from that central group, and also I guess meet with the coordinator. But I really feel that there's nothing we can do other than support the program that we had supported in the memorandum of understanding from the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd just like to make one comment, which I think it's a great opportunity for our kids. Of course, I push for Early College Academy and I push for dual credit. And we're very fortunate to get the extra 5 spots, and I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate our kids, which we got some very positive comments in Kentucky Advocate magazine, very positive about Big Sandy, very positive about, the Board of Education here. And it seems to me like, our kids just need, what's the term, more sufficient. We're lacking in information concerning what they need to do. And support seems as though on our end, and well, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about but and again, with some communication. I mean, and I think it can be remedied. This is your job. You've been asked to do this. Do your job, and let's get it straightened out. I don't see no problem, and we appreciate it. I'm very appreciative of what.
Well, I know this,
and hopefully we'll get even more spots next year.
This is our first year, and bugs. I didn't expect anything like this, but I mean it's.
But they still have time to get it in, right?
We got till the 17th, right, to get everything ready.
That's when classes start.
That's when classes start. What would be your suggestion as far as the 4? When we're talking about tomorrow was the 5th, it would be 12 days.
Suggestion is to do it as soon as possible.
Yes, do it as soon as possible. So they need to know tomorrow, the 4 that weren't accepted, is to find out why, or find out, well, they weren't accepted simply because they didn't apply, they just need to apply.
Campus open 8:30.
Campuses are open from 8:30 to 4:30. Next week we'll have extended hours on Wednesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 6:30. But they can schedule a time, they can talk to the school representative and set a time up to either take the compass or
You can take that any day, right? Every day they give it Monday through Friday? You just have to make an appointment? Is that?
I'm not totally certain, but we do have a testing center, so I would assume that it's offered, if not every day, most days.
Thank you so much for coming.
Josh, I'm going to say, I'm proud to be your dad. I could do anything like that.
Well, if I had my druthers, I know what ball I'd like to be sitting there.
I'm sure he's proud of his dad for sitting there.
Yeah, I guess the only thing we can do is wait on the school starting today.
Well, like I said, we're very appreciative. I think Mickey can vouch for this. It's been a long day for us, and Mickey, and very stressful. So
yes, sir.
Okay, so is that what we agreed, is to give him a chance to go down and talk to the principal and coordinator?
You can get all this stuff.
Get this straightened up. Okay.
Yeah, and from what I can understand from talking to a parent, that there seems to be some question over, like, who's in charge of what, or maybe things are so segregated to the point that nothing can get done. I mean, do you know what I mean? This is my baby, nobody else can get involved in. I'm not saying that's the case here, but the more people that it would make sense to me that you have at least the coordinator of the program involved, you know what I mean? And of course, the principal, that's just a given. And the guidance counselor. You would have those 3 people, at least at a bare minimum, those 3 people involved in the whole process to make sure everything gets done.
Or the 2. Or the 2.
Or what now?
Or the 2. I think Carolyn said
What
mentioned
2?
something earlier.
Well, just about have to have the counselor. The guidance counselor would just about have to be involved, wouldn't he? Mickey?
Yes, sir.
I mean, they have to. I mean, that's,
I would think so.
I just think you need to sit down with those kids and those parents, and you've got what, till 17?
yeah.
Things aren't.
Classes start at 7.
17.
Yes.
You have to
Actually,
start
you have
having them
tomorrow,
ready.
actually you have tomorrow, because our school starts Thursday.
Right.
And they need to come up with
Well,
something.
you need to meet with them first.
They need to come up with,
Tomorrow, they don't have a schedule, I don't guess, for real school. There's no schedules.
they need to come up with something for these kids to do on a Friday that they're not over there.
I know.
Right.
I mean, they're not gonna come sit around for 4 hours.
They've been trying I've been trying.
Did they not have to
Oh,
show
Michelle's
up?
happy, she'll let me know.
They have,
No way.
they allow them to come in and pick up their schedules.
So we need to,
Believe it.
we have like freshman orientation, you are freshman, we need to have like an early college orientation set up sometime.
Hey, that would be a great idea, to have the kids
We can
together.
do that next year.
Yes.
Semester, let's do it next semester. You do it
Oh, next
semester by
semester,
semester,
whatever.
right?
Mr.
Well,
Gold,
now,
we'll
but
put you
once
in
it
charge
goes
of
in,
that.
will they be in it the whole year?
Let's make sure that-
So they'll be here the whole year, so, okay, they'll be going back to
4
the kids.
semesters.
Okay. But you will go take care of this.
I'll continue, I'll continue it
Okay.
for sure. I mean, till we start, till they get it fixed.
All right, that's basically all we can do on this, right?
Okay. Our next one is discussion on progress on maintenance at Sheldon Clark High School.
Yeah, the checked in this morning and yesterday also, the backflow preventer's been placed in the school to get air, working again back in the school circulation, getting it lined out, making sure that we've got, the rooms are, cool and the water's, going through the pipes, and make sure that all the rooms are staying cool. And I was up there this morning and the building it felt actually pretty good to be in there. So everything,
You feel that's been taken care of?
yes.
Okay, so there is no problem with
Yes.
water possibly breaking loose anymore?
First, is there, have
Not
all the pipes been replaced like we,
not all the special 40s. Of course we have 200 feet of the special 80. We don't have all we don't have all special 80 in the building. It's still have some of the quite a bit of the special 40s, but
but the special 80 brings it up to code, it's under code right now.
Well,
That's
is
what,
it under code?
isn't that what Dr. Laney told us?
I
well,
would love to see.
I mean, it was, to my knowledge, it's safe for, they're able to go ahead and start the school year. I mean,
But
this
all
coming
the special
Thursday.
40 hasn't been replaced.
No, all the special 40 has not been. There's still special 40 in the building.
But you do feel that this would be safer?
And what I
Yes.
understand, what caused it first is you had a power outage.
Right.
And it
Doesn't
clouds
want
the
to sign
back.
off on that, but it's safe for the kids to go back. And I was there at 3:30 and it was still 77 degrees and they told me not all the air conditioners had been fixed.
There were a few of the rooms that, when I talked to the principal today, he said his office, when I was there this morning, he didn't have any, matter of fact, I stepped in there and it was pretty warm in his room this morning, in his office this morning. It was, his office,
Gym.
the gym, and the ACR room.
Okay, and we also have that checked on. They told me today all the air conditioners have been fixed. That was two employees that told me that.
Yeah. And I'll check on that. I'll check on those in the morning.
So they're all fixed.
Also, there was mold in 2 of the rooms. And one of them kind of mentioned that maybe it should be professionally cleaned. But it was still really bad. But they came in and tried to clean it, I think 2 or 3 times, but it
Yeah.
was still really bad.
Yeah.
Was you aware of that?
There was, I did have there was a conversation I'd had with Dr. Laney about, I don't know if it's those specific rooms that you're talking about, but it was one of those, he'd sent me an email on it. But, and it could have been the same Could be the same room that you're talking about.
Any way that can be professionally cleaned tomorrow before the kids go in there?
Yeah, we can go up there, yeah. Needs to be.
I'd just like to make a comment. I appreciate the two guys that, that we agreed to hire as far as painting. And of course, I just came from up there. And I think, they've done a really good job. I mean, they've painted all the outside doors and of course power washed the front of the sidewalk, which they got a lot to do. There's no question about it. And of course, they did, I think, 4 or 5 of the picnic tables today. They got 4 or 5 more to go. We need to make sure that it's clean and sanitary. It looks much better. Like I say, they still got a lot to do, but they've done a whole lot, and I appreciate those people doing that.
And there was 3 or 4 days they didn't have any water, so they've really done really well.
Okay, we got the maintenance issue.
And I think one thing that I was encouraged on today, that Mr. Harless seems to have he's been talking to, or was it Mr. Grayson? How did I get you two mixed up? I was with both of you. But anyway, about the water situation, sort of the runoff which causes the ice.
Yes.
It's a very dangerous situation that is possibly, there's been some discussion with an engineer of sorts and of how to possibly fix that. I don't know when it can be fixed as far as you're talking about.
We need to get that, like you said, fixed before winter because it's like a skating rink.
Yeah, it's treacherous. It's just an accident waiting to happen. And
Is that at Sheldon Clark?
yes, it's Sheldon Clark.
And one other thing we talked about today was the lights in the parking lot, which
we were told that they were underground.
the conduit. You're the
Conduit?
Yeah, you're electrician. So
What,
anyway,
they don't work?
They don't work right now. So I talked to the maintenance person. I guess they had somebody look at it, maybe moon glow, and actually I guess on the lower end, and there's a couple spots where the problem is, and it wasn't that expensive. So I think we need to look at bringing those people back in and have them look at it. Because I know you don't need lights right now, but it won't be long if it gets dark at 5:30. You certainly don't need kids coming from practice or whatever, cheerleading practice, and walking down the dark parking lot. It's just not safe. It's not safe really walking in daylight.
Like if you got any solar powered street lights. Maybe.
So I think,
You know what I mean?
so put that on our bucket list. Okay.
Yeah, bucket list maintenance. Okay,
Anything else?
that's all I have to say.
Okay, so discussion on the property, you wanted to just,
Well, I just think we're making progress. Appreciate the fiscal court stepping up and helping out, but and I think things we're a step closer than we were yesterday, aren't we?
We're 2 steps closer than we were yesterday, and I believe that it won't be long before it is it's taken care of, finalized, and recorded as part of the process.
I think Mickey, I'm sure we feel something. I'm very encouraged and very encouraged.
okay, nothing else then, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to
Have a
adjourn.
motion, I need a second.
I'll say.
Have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No, I'll go.